You walk into a room full of people. Your heart tightens. A voice inside says, they're watching you, judging you, finding you lacking. You believe that voice completely. You've believed it for years. But here is the question that changes everything. What if that voice is not you? What if it never was? The Buddha taught a doctrine called Anatta, often translated as non-self. At its heart, the teaching is simple and devastating. There is no fixed, permanent self hiding behind your eyes. What you call I is actually a flowing river of thoughts, sensations, and stories, none of which you chose, none of which are solid. The Buddha didn't offer this as comfort. He offered it as a scalpel. Because the moment you stop treating your thoughts as you stop being imprisoned by them. When the Buddha first taught this, his students were unsettled. They had spent their whole lives building an identity, protecting it, defending it, suffering for it. The idea that the self was a construction, not a discovery, felt like losing the ground beneath their feet. But the Buddha pointed to something specific. He asked, which thought is you? The one from this morning? The one you'll have tonight? They contradict each other constantly. They arise uninvited. They dissolve without your permission. A river doesn't own its water. The water passes through. The river remains, but only as a pattern, not a thing. Social anxiety lives in the gap between this truth and our forgetting of it. The anxious voice that says you'll embarrass yourself, you don't belong. They see through you. That voice arose from somewhere. Childhood, criticism, a moment of shame that calcified into a belief. You didn't author it. It arrived, like weather. And then quietly, you mistook it for your identity. That is the wound, and Anatta is the medicine. The first insight is this. You are the awareness that notices the thought, not the thought itself. When anxiety speaks, there is something in you that hears it. That witness, calm, spacious, unchanged, is closer to what you actually are. The thought is a cloud. You are the sky. The second insight follows naturally. If the anxious self is constructed, it can be seen through. Not destroyed, seen through. You don't need to silence the voice. You need to stop handing it your name. When the thought says, I am awkward, I am not enough, you can simply notice. There is a thought that says, I am awkward. Distance appears, and in that distance, something breathes. The third insight is the most freeing. Other people are also running on constructed selves. The person you fear is judging you is too busy managing their own inner noise to be the audience you've imagined. We are all, in some sense, performing for a crowd that isn't watching. Here is the practice. It is small. It is enough. The next time anxiety rises in a social moment, pause, even for one breath, and silently name what's happening. A thought is arising. Not, I am anxious, just, there is anxiety here. This single shift in language is not a trick. It is the teaching made practical. You are stepping back from the river to stand on the bank. Do this once today, then again tomorrow. You are not trying to empty the river. You are learning that you were never the water. Over time, the voice loses its authority. Not because it disappears, but because you stop signing your name to it. The ancient teachers called this vipassana, clear seeing, You don't need a monastery. You need one honest moment of noticing. A river never fights its banks. It simply moves, and in moving, it shapes the world around it. Your anxiety has been fighting to protect a self that was never as solid as it seemed. When you stop defending that construction, something unexpected happens. You become more present, not less. More genuinely you, not less. The thought that has been running your life was never yours to begin with. You can set it down. Not forever, not all at once. Just for this breath. Just for this room. Just for this moment of walking in and remembering. The sky does not become the storm. Subscribe to LifeVeda for daily wisdom that transforms your life.